ሄይ ጋይስ ታጀቡ ጸጋ ነኝ ከሪለርን ዩቲዩብ ቻናል። በዚህ ቻናል ላይ የተለያዩ ኮምፒውተር ሳይንስ ኤንድ ሪሌትድ የሆኑ ኮርሶችን በማዘጋጀት በአማርኛና በእንግሊዝኛ የሚያቀርብላችሁ ይሆናል። ስለዚህ ቻናሉን ሳብስክራይብ በማድረግ ቤተሰብ መሆን ትችላላችሁ። እንዲሁም ለጓደኞቻችሁ ሼር በማድረግ እንዲማሩ ማድረግ ትችላላችሁ ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ የዛሬውን ቶፒካችን እንጀምራለን ማለት ነው።
ሰላም ውድ የዩቲዩብ ቻናል ቤተሰቦች እንዴት ናችሁ? እኔ ደህና ነኝ። Today we'll discuss about how to configure extended ACL under the categories of numbered ACL. So as we have seen in the previous video, commonly there are types of access controls mechanism. The first one is numbered and another one is named ACL. In each categories, they have two common types. For example, in the case of numbered ACL, there is standard and extended ACLs. In the previous video, we have seen about how to configure standard ACL under the categories of numbered ACL. Today we will discuss about how we are going to configure extended ACL in the categories of numbered ACL. When you see the definition of the extended ACL before going to configure this number extended ACL. This extended ACL is types of access control list mechanism in order to apply security mechanisms in our services, in our network configurations. So mostly these types of ACL mechanism used for blocking specific services. When you see in the case of standard ACL, if you are applying the standard ACL, so you have to block all service. But in this case, we have to specify our service in order to apply this extended ACL. In this case, we have to consider different things. For example, in the case of access list numbers, the range has been from 100 to 199. But in another one, in the case of this extended ACL, filtering has been performed based on different things. The first one, filtering is done based on source IP and destination IP. So we have to consider those two things. And another one, filtering also done based on what? Protocols. So TCP IP or like TCP, UDP IP and other ICMP. We have to consider those things also. And another one, filtering is done based on source and destination port numbers. Based on the port number, then we have to consider those things. So when we have to apply these access control list mechanisms, then we have to consider those things. ይሄኛው እንግዲህ አክሰስ ኮንትሮል ሊስት ሜተር ነው። ኤክስቴንድ ኤሲኤልን አፕላይ ስናደርግ እነኝህን ነገሮች ኮንሲደር ማድረግ መቻል አለብን ማለት ነው። ኦኬ ዳናዘር ዋን እንግዲህ ኢን ዘ ኬዝ ኦፍ ኤክስቴንድ ኤሲኤል ዴር አር ዲፈረንት ፕሮቶኮልስ because those things has been one methods, then we have to consider all the things. In the case of TCP, then HTTP service are there, TLS service are there, FTP service, SMTP services. Those are under the categories of TCP. So if you have used TCP, then we have to block one of those services. In the case of UDP, there is DNS, TFTP, DHCP, NNTP. Those are under the categories of UDP, and another one ICMP. So in this case also we have to consider those two things, ping and also tracer. So if we have applied like ICMP, then we have to consider those things in order to block. For example, if you are applying ping, then nobody will ping your services or your devices. So those are some basic IP protocols, because those are one method of when we have to apply the extended ACLs. And another one, today before going to the real configuration, then we have to consider those things. We have to depend on those tasks, then we will configure our configuration. We have to go to the real configuration. So, for example, DIN user LAN 192.168.1, then this user should not access 172.60.0.20 FTP server. So, if you are block this user, so this user will not access FTP server, but this user can access like web servers, DNS servers, and also other services. So just based on this task, then we have to apply on the LAN this one. Then we will see the topology. And then another one 192.168.10.3. Then this should not access 170.16.0.10 HTTP server, this web server. So you can access any other services. And another one, DNS user or LAN 92.168.30.0 should not access DNS server, FTP server, ping servers. So this user use only HTTP server. HTTP server. So this is actually we have blocked the network. So in this network we might have different users. So totally we can block a group of users at a time from different services like DNS service, FTP service, and ping services. So we can block from such kinds of services. And the another one permit all other users to access all service on the network ማለት ነው። ሶ ሌሎቹን ምን ማድረግ እንችላለን? ፐርሚት ማድረግ ወይ ደግሞ ፐርሚሽን መስጠት እንችላለን ማለት ነው። ኦኬ ሶ ይህን ካየን በኋላ how we are going to apply what are the basic commands in order to apply the extended ACL configuration. So we have to go to the configuration mode, then access list, then we have to put our number. So as we have seen, the number in the case of extended ACL, then it should be start from 100 to 199. So there will be permission, permit or deny. So we have to apply those things. One of those things protocol, then we have to mention our if it is TCP, if it is UDP or SMP, then we have to mention here the network ID or host ID or um, so we have to apply those things. And wildcard mask, then host again destination IP, then operator. So there are different operators are there as we know, like equal to, not equal to, greater than or greater than or equal to. So we have to apply one of the operators. Then after that, then we have to mention our services. Uh, we have to mention, for example, if you apply if you want to apply HTTP, then we have to mention here, or DNS, we have to mention here, or FTP, you have to mention here. Then as on access control list, permit deny protocol host, then host IP, then host again. This will be our source, and this will be our destination. Then operator again service. Then as on access control list, then num means the number, access list number, then permit IP, any. Then the another implementation, then interface, we have to mention interface, we have to go to the exact interface, then we have to apply IP access group, then access list number, then in inbound or outbound. So we have to apply all those things. Now we have to go to our topology. So this is our topology, then we have to configure this one. Okay. Okay, so this is our topology. Then we have to configure this topology. Okay, so first we have to turn up our interfaces. Okay, then we have to, okay, let's turn on this. This is okay. What about this one? Okay, so first this is gigabit 0/0. This one is giant 0/1. So then we have Sino, then enable, then config, then int gi0/0, then IP address, then 192.168 10 dot like 100, then 55.55.55 dot 0, then no shutdown. Okay, So we can like assign a dynamic IP address here, then IP DHCP, then pool and extended. You can say extended, and then network 192.168.10.0, then 55.55 to 55.0, and default router then 192.168.10.100. Then DNS server, then you can use the same thing, 10.100. Okay, so we have finished this part. And another one, int gi0/1, then IP address 192.68.30.100 again, then to 55, then 55.0. Then okay, we have to say no shutdown. Okay, then another one, we have to apply for serial interface, then it's 0/3/0. What was our IP? Okay, 10. Then IP address 10.0.0.1, then 55.0.0.0, then no shutdown. Okay, so for the timing we have finished here on this router. Then next we have to go to the ICP router. We have to do the same thing again here, enable then config, and then int sc0/3/0, then IP address 10.0.2, then 55.0.0, then no shutdown. Okay, then we have finished here. For our network admin, okay, it is okay. Let's take this one. Okay, gi0/0, then int gi0/0, then IP address 172.16.0.1, 55.55.0.0, then no shutdown. Again, int gi0/1, IP address 172.192.68.20.1, and 55.55.55.0, then no shutdown. Okay, now we have to assign IP address for our servers. First we have to go to here, then 172.60.0.10. Okay, 172.60.0.10. Okay, then 172 again .16.0.1. For our FTP server, we have to assign again manually 172.60.0.20, and again 172.16.0.1. For our DNS server, again 172.60.0.30, again 172.60.0.1. Then we have finished here, and now we have to sign for our network admin laptop 192.168.20.2. Okay, sorry, 192.68.20.2, 192.68.20.1. Okay, then we have to assign for this also static IP 192.68.30.10. Then 192.68 30.1. Okay, let's check here. Okay, this is 100. Okay, let's check it once more. Okay, now we have assigned IP address for our end devices, and also now we have to apply a routing protocol. So here we have to go to router rip, then version 2, the network 192.168.10.0. Again, network 192.168.30.0. Again, network 10.0.0.0. Okay. Again, here also we have to do the same thing. Router rip, uh, then version 2, then network 192.168.20.0. Again, network 10.0.0.0. Again, network 172.60.0.0. Okay, then we have finished routing. Okay, before applying this extended ACL, then we have to check the communication. Okay, so first, then we have to try to ping, for example, okay, ping 192.168 10.2 in the same network. Okay, let's check here. Okay, so first, then we have to we didn't assign IP for those devices. Okay, 2. Okay, then this will be 3. There we go. Okay, now we can try it. Now we can try it. Okay, so we have reply. Okay, what about this one? Okay, this will be 1. Okay, 192.68.30.1. Okay, ping. So we have reply from here also. Now we can check our servers. Okay, for example, ping 172.60.0.10. .10 is our web server. Okay, we have reply. Okay, now we can apply this extended ACL. Okay, so we have to go to the ICP router. Okay, so in order to apply the access control list, so we have to go to configuration mode, then access list number. So we have two options, then IP standard access list and also IP extended access list. So now we have to apply. Already we have seen this part, and now we have to apply the extended ACL. So this number will be 100 up to 199. Okay, so for example 100. Next command, permit or deny. So we have denied. Now we have to deny this user. This user as per our rules. What was our rule? A rule. So for example, this user should not access FTP server. FTP server. Okay. Now we have to block this user from from this service. This user will be blocked uh, for this service. Okay. Now we have to apply protocols. We have to apply protocols. So for example, TCP, then host, no, okay, host, then this will be at IP address 192.168.10.1. So in this context, no need to use subnet mask, wildcard mask, because already we have used host. We have assigned host. Then source IP. Source IP is what? Again host. What was that? 172.60.0.20. Okay. Then here we can use operators. Then equal. Then in the case of TCP, then we have a different service. For example, FTP, POP3, SMTP, Telnet, WW, or HTTP. So in this case, you can use FTP or the port number of this F21. So we can use what? FTP. FTP. And another one, this user. Then we can block this user on the DNS service. Then we can block or what, based on our rule. Then 3 HTTP service. Okay, so this will be also access control list. Then 100 again deny. Then for example 192.168.10.3. Then this will be 0.0. Then again 172.60.0.10. Then this will be 0/0. If it is host, if it is like single IP, then we can block this like this. Then equal to, okay, before that we have to use TCP here. TCP. Then equal to, okay, sorry, equal to. Then again we have those options. Then we can use this the 80, port number 80. Okay, done. And another one, we can block this user from like ping, telnet, and also another services. Okay, then we can give permission only to access what, this web server only use internet. No need to access FTP server. No need to like ping other local users. No need to use access DNS server. Okay. Then access list, then 100, then again deny. Then for example, then we have to, okay, TCP, then 192.68.30.0. This is network, so 0.0.255. Again, for example, FTP, then host 172 dot 60 dot 0 dot 20, then equal to what? FTP. FTP. Again, this is a for example DNS. So we don't have DNS here, then we have to use this one, UDP. 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 Okay. For example, in the case of UDP, you can note this UDP. Yeah. Okay, UDP. This DNS domain. So we have to use DNS or port number 53. Okay. Okay, let's use this 53. Okay, 53. And another one, ping. Ping. Uh, so in order to block this ICMP, ping is SMP, ICMP. For example, if we have used this one, the source IP means our network 192.168.30.0, then 20.0.0.255. Again, for example, destination IP, our destination will be ping, or we can say any. Then next, then what we have to say, ping or echo. Done. Then again, access list, then 100, then permit IP, any, then any. Okay, so which interface will be implement these access controls, inbound or outbound? So as per our rule, then we have to what? Access, we have to apply only, in this case, we have to apply outbound. Then we have to go to on the specific interface. So what was our interface? So this is our interface. Then we have to apply, then int, let's check our interface, this gigabit 0/0. So gi 0/0, then IP, then access group, then next was our 100, means our access list number. So we have to apply what? Access list number, then inbound or outbound. So if you have used question mark, then you have two options, inbound or outbound. So you have to say outbound. Okay, now we have finished. We have finished. So this user has been blocked on what? FTP server, DNS server, and also ping. And this user has been blocked using this DNS server, and this user has been blocked FTP server. But the other entire, this network admin and this one has permission to access all those users. Let's try this one. Okay, so first let's try this 10. So there is option to access this one. What about 20 FTP server? FTP server. FTP server. Okay, so as per our rule, that was that. Okay, this one FTP server shouldn't access this 20 ping. Ping is possible, but FTP server, because FTP and ping is different. So before that, we have to apply FTP here. Go to service, then FTP. Then, for example, like admin password 12345. Then read this, then add. Okay, now we can try FTP server. We have to write FTP 172.60.0.0.20. Look at it. FTP is not working here. Ping and FTP. Here ping it was working, but FTP is not working. Ping and FTP has been different services. Okay, this is not working. What about DNS server? For example, ping 172.60.0.30. So this will be work also. It's working. Okay, what about this one? This service. This user has permission to access everything. Everything. For example, like FTP 172.68 dot 60.0.10. Okay, FTP. FTP done 172.60.0.10. Username, for example, admin. Then admin. Username was admin, I think. For example, ping, let's try ping 172.60.0.10. So it's working. For example, we can try HTTP. For example, 172.60.0.30. DNS server is working. What about 20? It's also working. Okay, what about this one? This one has been blocked web server. Okay, ping, let's try ping first. Ping 172.60.0.20. So it's working. What about 10? This was working. What about 30? This was working. But for this user, we have applied only web. We have blocked this user to use internet. So in order to check that, then we have to go to here. We have to go to here. 172.60.0.10. Look, request timeout should be a request timeout. Should be a request timeout. Yes, request timeout. So other service has been permitted. Means that a ping, telnet, and also all other services have been working for this user. What about this one? This user has been blocked everything rather than the web server. So for example, we can try ping. We can check first ping. For example, ping 172.60.0.10. Destination unreachable. Look. What about 10? 20? This also destination unreachable. What about 30? Destination unreachable. What about telnet? FTP FTP 172.60.10.20. This also not working. This also not working. What about internet? Means web. Web should be work. Web should be work. Okay, let's try to use this web. For example, 172.60.0.10. Look, this working. because guest users, they have permission to use internet, but they cannot ping the local users, and also they cannot access FTP server, and also they cannot access DNS server. So this access control list method means extended ACL has a capability to block specific services as per our domain, depend on our context. We can block specific users or a group of users from different services. So this extended has a capability to block single user or as well as a group of users at a time ማለት ነው. Okay, what about this network admin? So this network admin should be access everything, because as you know, network admin has permission to access everything. So for example, we can let's try to ping first 192.68.10.1. So you can access. What about FTP server? What about FTP, for example, 172.60.0.10? Okay, let's try ping 72.60.0.10. Alright, so the network admin can do everything. What about this web server? 172.60.0 dot for example 20. So this is also working. What about FTP then 172.60.0.20. So username admin and password 1345. So so this network admin can do everything. So uh, this is all about today. So if you have any question, any comment, then you can put on the comment box. Next we will see another video. So if you like this video, then please subscribe, share, and give a comment. So till next video, bye bye.